We already know you the NMB Savior. We already know you Flo Kid. We already know all of that. I want you to introduce yourself using 2 truths and a lie. If I guess the lie, you take a shot. If I don't guess the lie, we both take a shot.
Okay. You ready?
Go.
Alright, I'm single. I love riding bikes. What's the last one? What's the last one?
That must be the lie. That's definitely the lie. Should I just take my? Should you just take the shot?
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Oh yeah. My favorite liquor is Hennessy.
You don't like Hennessy.
Which one? What's the lie?
Hennessy.
Hennessy? Cat. I don't know how to ride a bike. I never rode a bike a day in my life.
Your favorite liquor is Hennessy?
Yeah. That's what you're more excited about?
I asked you.
Riding the bike is what people get crazy for. I never
No,
rode a bike
but
a day in my life.
Wait, for real?
I just said that. I never rode a bike a day in my life.
How you did that though? Like,
Why I need to ride a bike
I feel like
for?
you have a bike on your balcony.
Nah, I don't.
And you be wearing your tight, dry fit,
Nah.
the short.
Nah, I never
For
rode
real?
a bike. The way I grew up, my mom was very like strict, so I never really did like all the activities. I don't know how to swim. Like not knowing how to ride a bike is like one of my biggest secrets. I just told you a secret I held.
Wow, FloKid can ride a bike, y'all.
For a long time.
Cat's out the bag.
Why?
That's so fun. That's crazy.
Once I knew how to drive a car, it was a rap after that.
Wow, that's funny.
You feel me? But
And
yeah,
I
I
just-
used to walk. I used to walk everywhere, man. My homies used to have bikes. I used to jump on the back with them. You know, give me a
No one
ride
ever
or
tried to
whatever.
teach you?
Nah. But the way I was living, man, my old girl used to be strict. You know how Haitians are. So we never got out the crib like that, man. She used to keep me in the crib.
I would. My
Until I was, like,
mom
in the
was
8th
too.
grade.
So I literally was riding bike around my house. That's how I taught myself.
Yeah.
And we had these
But
plans.
they bought you a bike though.
No, my dad brought me a bike when I was little. It got stolen within a month.
Okay.
I was like 7 or 8.
Okay.
My dad said he wasn't buying me another bike, so I started cleaning cars to buy my own bike.
Oh.
At 8
yeah.
years old, like 8, 9 years old.
Oh,
like 8
okay,
years old
okay.
probably.
Yeah, I never.
My parents wasn't on that shit. They made
never.
you would have thought I left the bike outside. No, I left it in the patio where it's supposed to be. They stole it. And my dad said, I don't care, I'm not buying you another one. This boy told me that yesterday and I was just laughing because I was like, you want more?
Nah, man, come on, man. You tripping.
I'm hot.
I got video
You
my
can
niece
tell I
later.
look hot?
You drinking all. You probably drinking shots before you even came here. That's why you got 2.
I only took one when I got to the car. So, what song do you currently have on repeat?
Oh wow. The song I have like 2.
Which one?
I have 2 songs I currently have on repeat. The Mavericks. 'Cause I'm like heavy into church right now. So
that's cool.
I got this gospel record called it's by the Mavericks. It's called Worthy of My Song. And I have Leia. I don't know if you know who Leia is.
No, I don't think
She have a
so.
song called it's sampled with the Missy Elliott joint called Sock It To Me. That shit hard.
Tell me both. That's cool.
I'm
That's
listening.
2 different spectrums. I like
Nah,
that.
it's definitely Leia. I know I seen Leia on the platform on Instagram. I've got the platform. I think it's called Talk to Pops.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there was like these are people be saying that 90s R&B is dead or R&B is dead, whatever. And they posted a couple artists and Leia
Was the one that popped out to you?
Yeah, Leia was.
Where's she from?
I don't even know. I didn't even look up. I just went. Our first quarter, I just went to go check out the
lit.
songs. Yeah, she fire, man.
I don't know if you know,
Okay.
but I started simplyunique.net, which was my blog, my music blog in 2013. And I'm from down south, so nobody up here knew who I was. And you one of the artists that I wrote about. I don't remember how I found your music. I don't remember none of that. But I remember I did a music review about you, and I always loved your music. And I think I did a couple reviews about you.
Okay.
You were the first artist to ever come up to me and be like, you're simply unique.
Okay.
And I remember when you did it, I was like, huh? You like, I'm Flo Kid, you did a review about me. You don't know how I look? And I was like, oh shit, like, this is real? Like,
this sound like I was saying.
yeah. So I was like, I remember, I was like, oh wow, like, people do that? Like, that was my first, like, because I was always the person behind the blog. Like, I never did gospel, I just did straight music. But you were the first artist to come up to me and say, like, you wanted to take a picture and everything. Like, that was back in the time when everybody used to take pictures of who they met. You remember, like, all the blocks. So,
2013.
2013. Well, so that probably happened 2014, the beginning. But less than a year into, like, me doing music, reviews and blogging and everything, I was like, okay, I'm finna be an A&R and I'm finna do my own mixtape.
Okay.
And you remember I brought you to the studio with a whole bunch of artists and I wanted to do a mixtape?
Yes, I remember. I remember that day vividly. I
started blogging in August. I think I did this in January. I didn't know nothing.
Okay.
So the engineer I had, he fucked up everything. And it was just kind of like, okay, whatever, on to the next thing. I didn't really care for it. But out of all the artists that I had in the building, you are one of the only ones that are still consistent. FloKid is one artist that I'ma always love because one, he was the first person that really fucked with me for my craft. He came into my mixtape, he did the mixtape for me, even though I didn't do nothing with it. He did the mixtape for me, and then he's one of the only artists that's still really rapping right now. So if you stayed consistent, dog, you would be great, you would be good.
For sure.
And yeah, so I just want to let you know that you don't even remember this. You don't remember me having a blog at one point.
I do remember you.
Oh, you remember having a blog, yeah.
I remember you, man. Like,
but I can't say that you was one of the artists that had me like, okay, I'm really, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? So I respect you for that because a lot of people, especially in Miami, they're not going to do that. Especially I'm a girl. And I came from nowhere. Like, I came out of nowhere doing these reviews. So I respect you for even respecting what I was doing at the time and giving me my flowers. You didn't know me from a can of paint. You know what I'm trying to say? So I always say, Flo Kid's one artist. He could ask me for anything. I'm always try to do my best. I love what you're doing. I'm proud of you. I feel like I be telling you that, but you don't be believing me. So face to face, Flo Kid, I really do fuck with you. I love what you're doing. When you was dropping them videos, when you was dropping your music, practice on the week, I was like, okay, he in his shit. Like, then you came for part 2. I was like, okay. So I want to let you know, on camera, I really fuck with what you got going on. I fuck with what you're doing. I admire what you're doing because you've been through a lot. You know what I'm trying to say? You've been through a lot.
Sure. You know what I'm saying? Watching your growth, even though you kind of like, how you started was totally different than where you at right now.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, I feel like back then you probably had way more momentum and you probably already knew what you really wanted to do back then. You know what I'm saying? But with the entertainment industry, man, if you ain't really consistent, if you ain't really got the funds to really support your dreams, that shit could, you know what I'm saying, deteriorate a lot of things. And you know what I'm saying, you'll lose motivation because this is coming from experience.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, you know what I'm saying, when I first met you, I already like, was like, okay, she got something going on. I just want to be attached to that, you know what I'm saying? But we parted ways, but I still saluted her, she saluted me. You know what I'm saying, whenever we crossed paths, you know what I'm saying, it was always love. And it's forever gonna be love. You know what I'm saying? But lately I've been calling her cap, you know what I'm saying, or fake, because it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But with what she told me right now, you know what I'm saying, it just brought me back memories about, you know what I'm saying, how I really was there when she first started, you feel me? And I was starting as well, you know what I'm saying? And we were supporting each other, always was showing love. So it's like, you know what I'm saying, it felt good. Shit, it feels good being back here with her as well too, you feel me? So
Yo, we gotta put the clip from the mixtape. I did a mixtape like session. I have a YouTube
you got a video?
Yeah.
Damn, 2013. Wow, that's crazy.
2013?
Yeah, that's
I got that shit tatted. 805 tatted. That's when I started my brand. That's when I started my business.
Yeah. Wow. Damn, you just brought back a lot of memories, man. That was the hunt.
I don't even think you was an NMB Savior yet.
I don't think I came up with it.
You was just Flo Kid.
Yeah. I was still trying to find myself. I'm still trying to find myself in a sense. So, it is what it is.
We on your stomping grounds. Where we at? Tell me where we at. You let me know where we at.
We in the heart of NMB, man. You know what I'm saying? This is called Victory Park. You know what I'm saying? North Miami Beach. That's what NMB stands for, North Miami Beach. We got the city hall over there. You know what I'm saying? We got even though I don't know how to swim, but the swimming pool is over there. You feel me? The park. And the infamous basketball court. I grew up in this building right here. It's called 2020, aka Tiffany Squares. You know what I'm saying? Back in days with Section 8. I don't know what it is now though, but it looks pretty decent. It looks like, you know what I'm saying, well kept or whatever. But like you were saying, growing up, basketball was really, you know what I'm saying, my root. You feel me? And this is why I played at right here. This is why I got away from, all the stresses in my life. And when I used to be depressed, I used to come down here. You know what I'm saying? I always have this story of, my mom being so strict, and she used to never let me leave. So
even down here across the street.
Yeah, my crib was right there. You see that, the third window from up?
Yeah.
From the bottom up, the third window. That was
your house. Your apartment.
My crib. That was my room, and that was the
And she wouldn't let you come here?
What? Nowhere. Cause back in the days, it was like it was drug related. It was like police brutality. There was a lot of stuff going down here. You know what I'm saying? So, my brother was a hothead. My mom didn't really want me a part of that culture. You feel me?
Yeah.
So even though I still got attached to it, cause when I turned 14 in the 8th grade, I let loose and I was like, man, hey, fuck that shit. Man.
Yeah, I'm a man.
Yeah, I'm finna go live my life, man. You know what I'm saying? Go do what I, you know what I'm saying, gotta do. But basketball is a root ball thing, man. It taught me a lot, like discipline, you know, teamwork. You know what I'm saying?
Integrity.
A little bit. You know what I'm saying? It just taught me, you know what I'm saying, how to prepare myself, how to practice. Most important, because I ain't know like the definition of practice and you know what I'm saying, how that was so important. Because in school I ain't study that much. You feel me? When I really think about it, I didn't really study that much. But you know, basketball I used to practice all day. You know what I'm saying? So you know, so this court right here, if you want to take a look at it,
just look at it.
It's really my life right here. You know what I'm saying? This is where a nigga grew up. I don't remember the last show you ever been to.
The last show, I remember, I don't know if this is the last show I've ever been to, but I remember vividly the last show. I remember the last show in my memory. That's the last show I remember.
Oh yeah, that is the last show you've been to on 441. Yeah.
That last show, that was it. Yes. I know you talk about your plan, and you talk about basketball. So was basketball your first choice, and then my music was your second choice, or did you always know music was gonna be your number one?
Yeah, growing up, basketball definitely was my first choice. Huge basketball fan, man. You know, my idol was Allen Iverson. You know, Jordan, of course. Even though I kind of hated Jordan, but I ain't hate nobody more than Kobe. Rest in peace. Kobe used to kill my teams, man. You feel me? But basketball definitely was my first plan. You know, but at early age though, I knew I wasn't gonna go to the NBA or anything.
Yeah.
My goal in high school was to get a scholarship. You know I talked bad about my coaches, but more so that not that they didn't support me, but it was more so like they didn't give me a try. You feel me? I'm trying to give me a scholarship. You feel me? You know, even though around that time, you know, social media wasn't really prevalent, so it's like you really couldn't get yourself on like that.
They used to do little highlight tapes
on
YouTube and
shit. Like I ain't really have that big of a support. So if you're from a small city and you really good, you really damn near had to break records to get, you know what I'm saying, to get known and always be on a newspaper. But you know, I feel like they didn't really try as hard, you know what I'm saying, for me to get a scholarship.
So you didn't get a scholarship?
I didn't.
Okay. Did you ever try to go like walk on, or you just
I tried to walk on at Miami-Dade.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And then what happened?
Was horrible, man. You had kids in there with soccer shoes and you know just trying to get a spot, and it was like, no, they do it just.
Yeah.
Those tryouts for like those certain schools, they already got their team. They just do it to see if they can pick up like one player that's like amazing. You know what I'm saying? They do it because it's mandatory. You know what I'm saying? Like tryouts are mandatory at all these schools. Yeah. Just to get a walk on, but it was horrible, man. And after that, I just, you know what I'm saying, just stopped playing. You know? So
but you still played?
I still play. I play in little adult leagues, you know, crashing niggas. You know.
You won Summer Rim.
I won Summer Rim.
I was proud of that. I was loud and proud of that.
Yeah, I won Summer Rim.
You call yourself the NMB Savior.
Yes, ma'am.
So, I know you that nigga in the rap. You that nigga who be rapping. You know, you put NMB on your back. But what are you really? What plans or what have you already done for NMB outside of music to put back into?
So you basically trying to say, how am I saving NMB?
Yeah, how you saving NMB, like the music? That's cool.
You saw like the haters that be in the comments.
No, I'm not being a hater. I want to know because I don't know, and I'm sure it's other people that don't know. So as the NMB Savior, what plans do you have to save NMB, or what have you done? If you have done, because I don't know. What have you done, or what are you doing to save NMB?
It's a lot of things. It's NMB Savior. First of all, let's realize what I came up with NMB Savior, how I came up with it. NMB Savior is basically, I'm like a God MC. So I call myself, you know what I'm saying, the NMB Savior, you feel me? I feel like, you know, I'm one with God, I'm one with, you know what I'm saying, with being spiritual, and I just love my city. That's how I came up with NMB Savior. Yes. So, you know, of course you can't call yourself the Savior because it's such a strong word.
It's very strong.
So everybody's gonna be like, why you call yourself the Savior of the city? It's like calling yourself the King of the city, but in a different way. Yeah. You feel me? So that's the reason, I don't want to call myself the King of NMB, because that's everybody does that. That's like, you know, whatever. You're the Savior. That's that wordplay. You know what I'm saying? Facts. So, but then again, you can't be the Savior and you really don't do much. I've been doing a lot. You know, I'm really tapped in with, you know, a lot of people that's part of the city, especially with Parks and Recreations. NMB High School. I've done plenty of back to school drives. You did one with the K before? I did one with the K, but that's not Miami though. But I did one with NMB. That's fine. I did one with NMB. I do a lot of stuff with City Hall. What's going on? I do a lot of stuff with City Hall. I do book bag drives. I do cut hair for the kids for back to school. Okay, I remember all of this. Stuff. You know what I'm saying? I have a nonprofit organization called Long Live Josie Foundation, which is from my brother. He actually works for the city of Park and Recs for NMB. So you know, I get backed up by NMB a lot. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they need. My homie of mine, attorney Mark St. Ville, he was running for commissioner this year.
Yes.
And he told me to come through and pull up to one of his drives, and I came through. You know what I'm saying? He had me host, and it was a dope event. You know, whatever. City,
so you're not just saying it, you really about that. You really.
Nah, for real. Nah, I'm not just saying it from a rapper's perspective. I really try to hold the city down. You feel me? And as the name gets bigger, and you know what I'm saying, the funds get bigger, we could do way more stuff.
What do you like? What if you had the funds right now to put back into your city? You got it on your merch.
For sure.
You know, you rap it all the time. What would you do?
You know, everything. I feel like everything revolves around the youth. Not saying everybody that's of the older generation don't need to be attentive towards, but everything revolves around the youth. So it's like, you know, I want to do stuff like, you know, coach, because I'm, like I said, I love basketball. So if I could really do stuff with the kids and teach them how to play the sport
and get them scholarships,
you know, and always for sure scholarships for sure, stuff like that, you know, and stuff just to keep them away from, you know, like the violence and, you know, whatever other stuff that may take them away from being the kings and queens that they are. You know what I'm saying? Just be more prevalent to the city. You know, just everybody just needs attention, especially the youth, man, because they can steer away from, you know, what's right and just go down the wrong path. So time, man, it's not really much about funds, man. It's more about time. You know, you just got to put time in, because a lot of things that you got to do for the city, bro, they don't want your bread. You know what I'm saying? If anything, they willing to fund you for you to help.
That's
you know
definitely true.
So, you know, it's just the time. Once I put my time in right and get everything on point, my schedule on point, I can do a lot for the city, you know?
So you're not just the NMB Savior with the behind the mic. You want to be not so much. I don't want to give you the Savior name, but you want to really pour back into your community, into your city, into where you grew up, what raised you to become who you is today, like who you are today.
For sure, because that's how you live long. You live long by helping people. I mean, more so of like, you know what I'm saying, the work you put out, you know what I'm saying, you make a name for yourself, but then again, it's like, my nigga, if nobody really know you and they don't know what you have done for them, you ain't really as powerful as you think you are.
Definitely.
You feel me? Like, it be little people that's like, with no name, but then again, you know them because they help so many people, for so long. And I always want to help people. I feel like helping and giving back is like my purpose. You know, my purpose is not really music and just to rap for the rest of my life till I die. Nah, my purpose, I feel like, is to help people, bro, and just give back.
Do you feel like you help people with your music, though?
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like my music is medicine. You know what I'm saying? I definitely feel like music is definitely medicine. You know what I'm saying? But then again, it takes more. You know what I'm saying? Because you can fall in love with that and just be comfortable with just doing music and knowing that it can help other people. That's cool too. But then you really gotta be in that field and touching base with people. You know what I'm saying? And really touch them and really know them that what you rapping about is really genuine and you're not just doing that just for clout or just for buzz. You know what I'm saying?
So you talk a lot about your older brother, but you also talk a lot about your younger brother.
Yes.
Who has autism, right?
Autism, correct.
So I want to know, in your own words, what is autism and what has it taught you?
Oh man, autism taught me patience. Autism is basically like it's basically like it's a disorder, man. You know, these kids with autism, they really can't take in how, you know what I'm saying, normal people do. But there's levels to autism though, because some of the greats have autism.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? If you really do your research, some of the greats have autism. It's like basically like a delay in sort of a sense, but
in certain aspects,
in certain aspects,
they be smart.
Some be hella smart. If they focus on one task, they could really master that task. And some, you know, they just need help. They need a lot of help. And I'm very sensitive about my little brother, man. He's of age now. He's older. He's like 22, 23, if I'm not mistaken.
I remember when he was in high school.
Yeah. And you know, growing up, you know, he's not one of those kids you see him and you probably like, oh yeah, you need help. He's very. You can talk to him and, you know, he'll talk back. You know what I'm saying? He has a job and he's just doing things of the world now. So but growing up, it was just so hard because we never dealt with nothing like that before. You know, it was at a certain age where he couldn't talk and we was like, yo, what's going on? Yeah. You feel me? There were certain things that he would be in love with. We was like, okay, that's not normal. So growing up, it taught patience and loving someone who the world might find different, you know what I'm saying, make fun of, you know what I'm saying? So it just brought us together, and it took teamwork, you know what I'm saying, to really take care of my little brother, you know what I'm saying? And it helped in our hands because he grew up to be such an amazing man.
He graduated college, right?
And I didn't even graduate college, man. Come on.
Yeah, I remember you was
autism, graduated college, and I ain't graduated college, man. I only got my associates. He got his, you know what I'm saying, his BA, like literally, like for real. Like he did 4 years and went to FIU and all that, you know what I'm saying? And that was motivation in itself, you know, and you know, he working right now, he's doing his thing, man. I love him to death, man. He calls me every time, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, still things that, you know, he can't do that, you know, so us people we can do. So that's another thing to be grateful about. It's like, man, that's why I don't complain as much. It's because I could do this, but certain people can't do certain things. Like driving a car, you know what I'm saying, or being able to read signs, you know, so stuff like that, you feel me? And he just taught me patience and to be grateful of my existence and what's my purpose here. You feel me? And I don't know, man. Just every time I talk about him, I get real sensitive about him because it's like, man, he's been through a lot and he's still standing. You know what I'm saying? He's still standing. You feel me? So yeah, I love him, man. Yep.
I really admire and I really fuck with the fact that you was always so open about your younger brother and you always gave him his props. I don't even know him, I never met him, but I remember when he went to prom, you got him fresh. I remember when he graduated college, you was happy. And that's lit because a lot of people are very ignorant to what autism is or people that are different from what we call normal. Because in reality, I was just telling him when we was in the car, I was reading my questions, I was like, you know, I'm working with autistic kids now and it's like they be so in their own world, but it's like they be so in tune with their own words. Like, I wish I had that. Like I wish I could really just master my own world. I be so in tune with so much other stuff. And it's like the way if they really fuck with you, if they finally like open up to you, it's kind of like, oh wow, you know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, and you always shedded a light on that. Like you always talked about his accomplishments. You always talked about people who may have looked at people who were different. Definitely. Yeah. You know, and you might talk your shit about girls on Twitter. You might talk your shit about this and that. But when it came to like that, you always stood firm about that. And I really, I said that, you know, that's, because first of all, you're Haitian and and you're black and you're young and a lot of people
you know, the odds is against us, man.
The odds is against us. And then seeing him accomplish so much, you know, shout out to your younger brother, seeing him accomplish so much, it's like, that's cool. Sure. That's like really lit. And it's like, and knowing what you've been through, so he probably been through the same you've been through.
Definitely.
Plus that, it's like, okay, you know, like, what we complaining for?
He knows there's things that he can't really do, but he still, you know, he still moves. And so he moves on his own. It's not like he needs supervision. So sometimes that makes me nervous. Even at his big age, that makes me nervous. And sometimes I be scared for him. I text him, you know what I'm saying, make sure you're all right. You know what I'm saying? But then again, it's like, you know, everything's in God's hands. So it's like, you know what I'm saying, he's being watched over. He knows that we're always one call away. So that's it's a beauty in a lot of things, man. We just got to see what's not to take for granted, man. Life is just one thing, and just being able to have knowledge and sense of certain things, you can't take none of that for granted, man.
So is there any advice you could give to people that either have, you know, deal with people that are different from what we what we consider the norm, are different from that?
The normal people have to understand. They have to have understanding.
Normal, we gotta say normal because we be a little
normal. I guess the people they have to have understanding of what a person with disability, you know what I'm saying, have, you know what I'm saying, and have mad patience. Because, you know, certain people with disability, understanding and patience, because you probably don't understand what's going on. Like my little brother, he looks normal, but if you ask him certain things, he probably ain't gonna know what it is. Because, you know, he's not too familiar with it. You know what I'm saying? Certain things, it's rare. You just gotta find out who you are. Then when you find out who you are, you're gonna realize that life ain't only about you. You feel me? So, you gotta have understanding and patience with people with disabilities, or just people, period.
People, period.
You know what I'm saying? Understanding and patience, man, that really matters in this world, man. So,
I appreciate that, though. I definitely appreciate that. I appreciate you being so transparent with that part of your life. You might say some shit, but that, you know, when it comes to like morals and like the important shit, he's really somebody that, okay, cool.
And I was really scared for him in high school too. You know, high school them years, man. Yo, high school, man, you gotta be able to survive high school, man. Trust me, because I thought about myself and how I was in high school, you feel me? But knowing that I was like 10 when my brother was born, so it's like, I really understood how he was. So when I seen other kids like that in high school and middle school, I was like, we ain't treating them wrong.